From the Convergence Studio in the School of Communication, this is Loyola News Chicago.
Hello and welcome to Loyola News Chicago. I'm Hillary Kenyon.
And I'm Danielle Gallion. Here's today's news. Some Loyola students are fed up with an on-campus restaurant after finding out what they do with their money. Chick-fil-A is getting some unwanted attention by one Loyola group. Loyola student Andrew Bashi has started an online petition after discovering that Chick-fil-A gave nearly $2 million to fund anti-gay organizations. Loyola's Feminist Forum wants the Loyola community to realize the larger implications it says this company is sending.
What I would really like to see is the Loyola community understand that this is a bigger issue than just not eating Chick-fil-A, and it's really about attacking people.
I feel like the university is definitely social justice oriented, and Chick-fil-A's views are not.
But I'll definitely stop buying there. I'm sure I can go buy fries somewhere else.
Students have not decided yet to whether elevate their petition and boycott to picketing outside the restaurant. Chick-fil-A President Dan Cathy's public stance is, quote, "We are not anti-anybody. Our mission is to create raving fans." Last year, Chick-fil-A was named the third most beloved fast food restaurant in America. Just 2 weeks ago, we told you that McDonald's at the Loyola L station was scheduled to close. Now it is. A sign on the Loyola Red Line, McDonald's is thanking customers for their business and refers them to the closest store on Broadway in Granville. The CTA planned to close the McDonald's as part of the Loyola train station remodeling scheduled for this summer. According to the Loyola Phoenix, the McDonald's does not plan to relocate. The door sign did not offer any additional information, and McDonald's did not return our phone calls.
Loyola President Father Garanzini wants more students to graduate on time, so he's providing suggestions on how to do it. That was one of the messages in his semi-annual address to Loyola campuses. Angie Frazier reports not all students liked what he had to say.
Father Garanzini gave his State of the University address this week. The Loyola Phoenix reports that the two most controversial points were eliminating double majors and making internships mandatory. I'm here in Corboy Law Center asking students what they think about these changes.
The opportunity to double major gives us a competitive edge against other schools and universities in Chicago and around the country.
Father Garanzini wants us to be more competitive. It's his job to make sure that, we're ready for the future after we graduate. So kudos to him, I like it.
If you graduate without an internship, you're at an automatic disadvantage. So I think it's a great idea to kind of force students to go out there and get the internship.
I would say that there has to be a certain point where if you cannot afford to do one and there's no option of getting a paid one, then it's important that, someone can be exempt because they may not be able to afford not to do it.
Father Garanzini also said that he would like to build a hotel near Loyola's Lakeshore campus and eliminate some academic requirements for Loyola students. In Loyola's Corboy Law Center, Angie Frazier, Loyola News Chicago.
Father Garanzini will give one more address on March 13th at the Health Sciences campus in Maywood. The Dalai Lama is returning to Chicago to speak at two events at Loyola University on April 26th. The Loyola Phoenix reports that students will have first pick on tickets when they go on sale in late March. Ticket prices for the afternoon event range from $10 to $100 depending on the seat, but a majority of tickets are priced less than $15. According to the Office of the President, the ticket price covers the cost of security, transportation, and the advertising of the event. Students will receive an email March 26 to buy tickets online using a credit card.
With move-out day fast approaching, many Loyola students have started to think about where they are going to live next year. Loyola's Office of Student Life held an event at the Centennial Forum Student Union, which looked to put students in touch with vendors and real estate agents. 22 vendors came to the event, trying to entice students to check out their accommodations with candy and free water bottles. The choices range from one-bedroom apartments near Loyola's Lakeshore campus to apartments downtown. Some furniture rentals there for students who don't want to buy their own tables and chairs. We asked some Loyola students what their perfect apartment would be.
I'm looking for a place with a lot of rooms, a lot of living space, and something nice for after I graduate.
In apartment laundry and a dishwasher and all built-in utilities and heating and cooling. And a maid.
I love hardwood floors, but that's everywhere in Chicago. And
I don't need like a dishwasher or anything, but I do need lots of sunlight. I love lots of windows, which, I mean, you just need to feel like you're not claustrophobic and all in.
I like to cook, so a nice big kitchen, lots of lights, windows, a good view, so preferably with the lake, but you gotta pay for that.
The Office of Student Life holds regular off-campus living seminars on both campuses. The next seminar will take place March 13th in Regis Hall.
Loyola's business students are learning some lessons outside the classroom. The School of Business recently hosted its first etiquette dinner for students to improve their interview skills. It was a 4-course meal open to all business students. Guest speaker Jana Lithgow says it's important for students to be knowledgeable of proper dining etiquette.
We wanted to take an opportunity to have students come together, enjoy a fancy 4-course meal, and then talk them through what they're eating, what they're enjoying, and how to go about it in the most professional and polished way.
Jana Lithgow reviewed common dining etiquette mistakes and showed students how to recover from them. 39 students attended the event and learned the proper etiquette do's and don'ts.
A week with no exams seems like paradise, but we check in with students and why they want a different spring break.
And it's a sport that busts a move in Zips Lounge. Find out more about the student group a little bit later. This spring break comes early compared to other universities. Students have time off of classes the week of March 5th to the 10th. Many other schools around Chicago have their break later this month. UIC, DePaul, and Northwestern have their spring breaks 2 weeks after than Loyola. Harper College has its spring break towards the end of the month, from the 24th until the 31st. We spoke with some Loyola students, and many did not like when Loyola's break is scheduled.
It's a little annoying. I have friends who go to the other schools that I really can't see because their breaks are so much later than ours are, and it just feels a little bit sudden. It feels like we just came back from winter break.
Most of the people I know are a little bit later, so if I had big plans during break, it would affect that, but since I still have my internship and that kind of thing, it doesn't really affect my plans at all.
I think it takes away from the actual meaning of spring break. It's not, like, you can't really do anything because everyone else is still in school.
It's good in the fact that I could definitely use a break at this point in the semester. It's bad in the fact that it was really difficult to coordinate spring break plans with friends that went to other schools. I wasn't able to go on trips with other friends, for instance.
This break is not out of the ordinary for Loyola. It usually takes place the first week of March.
A group of lucky Loyola students will be traveling abroad this spring break. The trip is a type of religious pilgrimage sponsored by Sacramental Life. Loyola's Taizé prayer group is taking 7 students to France to explore different types of prayer and meditation. Student leader Aaron Clark has helped organize travel arrangements and prepare the other students for the trip.
To prepare for this trip, we've had a few meetings together to get to know each other, to make everyone more comfortable for our traveling. And then we've had a lot of time to study what other pilgrims do on their trips to help give you a basis of what we're going to be doing while we're there.
The trip to Taizé, France involves indoor and outdoor prayer time with groups of students from all over the world. They will also do service work like help get the facility ready for Easter while they are there. The students have been preparing for this trip for months and finally leave on Saturday. Last week, we told you that 3 entries from Loyola won awards in a national video contest. Today, we continue our look at the award winners with an excerpt from Professor John Goheen's documentary called Border War. It looks at the impact of Mexico's drug violence on U.S. border towns. Professor Goheen's film won Best Faculty Short Film Documentary from the Broadcast Education Association. It's the story of a Mexican journalist who had to flee his country and is seeking asylum in the United States, while surviving any way he can. Here's an excerpt.
Siento que ha pasado mucho tiempo desde que escapé de México, temiendo por nuestras vidas. Y tengo miedo de decir exactamente en dónde vivo en los Estados Unidos. En México, en donde viví y trabajé, se ha transformado en un infierno que ya no reconozco. Entre la frontera con los Estados Unidos, los cárteles de la droga asesinan, torturan, mutilan gente todos los días, y en los últimos 3 años ya casi son 30,000 personas asesinadas. Si te conviertes en enemigo de ellos, vienen por ti, te secuestran, te matan, y lo mismo puede ocurrir con tu familia.
Mi secreto es que la cocino como si me la fuera a comer yo.
De esta forma es como sobrevivir.
Pues no me quedó otra alternativa más que ponerme a hacer comida y venderla entre mis amistades. Eso es a lo que me estoy dedicando ahorita, porque pues hay que sobrevivir.
Again, that was from Professor John Goheen's award-winning documentary Border War. This is the second year in a row Professor Goheen has won a top prize in the BEA Festival of the Arts.
Here at Loyola, some students hang out by spinning their heads and freezing in poses. Mike Byra reports on how these students are giving Loyola some street cred.
At the Zips basement in CFSU, the club Loyola Breakers practice b-boying. B-boying is the preferred term for this hip-hop style dance. Breaker alum Fred Richardson remembers the group's first days breaking on campus at Coffee Hall.
Me and my friend Kenny used to break in laundry rooms at Loyola because there was never space. And we met a kid from Loyola named Gino Capio, and Gino decided with us three that we were going to start Loyola Breakers. Our main goal is to just bring hip-hop awareness to everyone.
The club's been around for 3 years now, and it currently boasts 20 active members. But those numbers go beyond Loyola. Students from DePaul, UIC, and Northwestern, along with returning alums, are all part of the club. Current president Chong Koi believes in the power b-boying has in bringing all these people together.
I know it sounds cliche, but we're also like a family, and we're also really close friends. So if you ask them, like the people from DePaul, like, would you pick DePaul, Loyola? They would, I don't want to say it like that, but they would, they would roll with us.
Breakers vary their moves by doing what's called top rock, usually just footwork, or down rock, which incorporates equal hands and feet support. Moves like head spinning add power to the routine, while a freeze pose leaves a cool finish. The Breakers are getting their moves out to the Loyola community.
We've done stuff for LASSO, Latin American Student Organization. We've done it for the Vietnamese organizations. We just did one for CASA, Chinese organization.
One of the group's founders, Kenneth Owens, is optimistic about where the club is headed.
Last year was nice. We actually had a lot of people come in that are back this year and have gotten much better and that are like full, just like breaking club is their thing now, which is great. And also this year I just see that we had like a decent turnout and that the club has gotten bigger.
Loyola Breakers meets every Tuesday and Thursday around 7 p.m. at Zips. All are welcome. Mike Byra, Loyola News Chicago.
The Breakers recently hosted a battle at CFSU where 20 crews danced off against each other. Around 300 people showed up for the event.
Basketball legend Michael Jordan is selling his home for a mere $29 million through Baird and Warner Real Estate. The sprawling 56,000 square foot estate is located in Highland Park. The most famous feature of the house is a state-of-the-art, full-court indoor basketball complex. Jordan's equally famous Chicago Bulls jersey number is also plastered on the front gates when you drive up to the home. Among the 9 bedrooms, 15 bathrooms, and 5 fireplaces, the kitchen is always going to remain the heart of any home.
Well, that's not bad for $29 million.
Yeah, if you had $29 million.
That's our news for today. Thanks for watching.
You can also find us on YouTube or at ignatian.luc.edu. Goodbye, everyone.